Yeah, it is now. Okay. Hello.
Yeah.
We talked about word families. You love that. So we're going to start with words that end.
That you? Who was that? Who was that, Mama Veronica? Hello.
Not a big deal, but we'll move on. We'll get some other ones. What is a lesbian?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sorry.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, so I wanted to talk about real estate. What's going on with you in real estate right now? I know you investing in mobile homes.
Yeah. So as Kristen said, I'm Veronica. So I am Murray Taylor Experience. I am a mobile home consultant, as I call myself, or AKA mobile home investor. So yeah, just getting into what I do. I kind of do it all, just whatever comes my way. So I have done wholesaling, a seller finance home, and a bird dog. Haven't had any rentals yet, or corporate or anything like that, or room to room, but those are great platforms and options for others as well. But definitely excited for the journey that I am on. Haven't been in there that long, but again, I'm learning as I go daily, and just excited. So right now, just chiming in what I have going on. I have a mobile home that I am looking to sell. So just working out the last final kinks and things with that, getting items. I am a one who feels that staging is important. And if those don't know what staging is, that is basically just making your home look as a home, like your house look as a home.
Yeah.
So that way you can actually, the buyer can actually see what it will look like to have their things in that space, or what it will look like with things in there. And that's my focus too. I would love to try to get more ownership for families or individuals. That's the ultimate goal first. And then of course, if it comes down to where it goes to a investor or a company, then that's fine as well. But my first goal is to give affordable housing for a family.
That's good. Well, that's real good. And I remember, well, we should go back. I remember when you saying you was interested in real estate, but you said you wasn't sure about single family homes, and you were more comfortable with mobile homes because you all are, you lived in one before, correct?
That is correct. Born and raised in one, have no problem with it. My actually background, my dad was actually one who would be handyman, you will say. So when I graduated, excuse me, he was sorry, I'm here. He was going to transition into getting into more contract work and actually working on his own, but that didn't happen. So here we are years later. I said, well, how can I continue on with that legacy in some way? Of course, I'm not a handyman or a handy woman, but I can put stuff together. Like I was just putting up blinds not too long ago, so hey, I can make it work.
I had to hire you.
So yeah, I can do some things. Some things I'm just like, all right, now let's leave it to the professionals. But yeah, and those blinds are tricky. But so I just wanted to see where I could go. So I said, all right, let me take on some mentorship. So I have had mentorship under plug here, Mobile Home Elite Investors, with Byron and Charnice, and coach, the best coach in the world, Nicole Briscoe, Mobile Home Mommy. So been under their belt, just learning as we go, just still being connected with them. And just definitely getting in to different areas and understanding, hey, or just picking up messaging, hey, I need this. I have a question. What is the best option? So
Mhm.
I would also say too, if you don't have a mentor, get one.
Yeah, for
If you
sure.
don't find one, get one. Research. Not saying to jump off the porch with, if you have the funds, do it. But definitely YouTube is great. Free seminars are great. Jump in there live,
Mhm.
Instagram posts, whatever. You see someone saying, hey, I'm doing this on this date, jump on it. Even if you're not interested in, and I learned that from Kristen, even if it's not something for you, like you think, oh, you don't want single family homes, but you never know who may be in that space or what
Mhm.
opportunity may be available, definitely jump on it. So right now I'm in everything, even if it's, I'm like, I'm not doing that. I
Gotta
never
learn.
know. Tomorrow I may
Yeah.
change my mind after hearing what they say. So
Yeah.
definitely opportunities are always around the corner. So
Yeah.
don't say no.
Yeah. Never say never.
Yeah.
But yeah, because you're like more of an expert in mobile homes than I am, for sure. So if I have a question about mobile homes, or when I start, being more serious about it, I can go to you or Tina or Nicole
Oh
or
yes,
the sellers.
definitely. Definitely. And it's just like I said, it's just where you decide that you want to go. So even for me, I was like, okay, I'm doing wholesaling, did the wholesaling. I was like, all right, I'm gonna buy one home. Okay, I did a home. All right, I'm gonna do a seller finance, did that.
Mhm.
Now I'm like, all right, now I'm flipping a home. Okay, did that. So
Yeah.
actually, and then actually lending money to be part of, like, I guess I don't know what I want to call it, but front end investor, I guess, your back end investor, putting
Mhm.
my money up into a home and then selling it. So wholesaling it through another partnership. So even did that. And then bird dogging for others as well. So
Okay.
it is definitely a route and road that anyone can take.
Mhm.
You just have to find out what works for you. And I say try it all to find out
Yeah.
what works for you, to know what you may not want to venture into.
Mhm.
And I'll again say not now, but maybe not right now. And then what you actually want to focus on. So it's so many doors, so many things.
Yeah.
You can own a mobile home park or community. I like to say community.
Really. Mhm.
You can own it, so you're you own the dirt. That is that's your baby.
Yeah.
You own, and you would have to deal with the lots, the plumbing, the sewer, electrical on the outside, and then of course you have the options of either renting to individuals and families, or they own the homes and you just deal with the lot. um and then they just pay you a lot rent. If you want to say it's the same as like an HOA fee,
Mhm.
then that's that. So mobile homes is definitely, again, it just all depends on what you want to do. Wholesaling, of course, we're in South Carolina. We don't have wholesale licenses for
Mhm.
us and what we're doing. So we're just basically flipping agreements. We're signing off one agreement to another, and just helping a family solve their problem.
Okay.
Um,
And
so
then for
yeah,
mobile homes, you have to utilize the DMV instead of attorney, right?
yes. Well,
Mhm.
it depends. Use depends. So most cases, if it's just the home, then yes,
Mhm.
you're just using DMV because it is considered a motor vehicle.
Yeah.
You can't move it like a motor vehicle. Let's be clear on that. You need a mover, a mobile
Mhm.
home mover, but you can just go to the DMV, transfer the titles, sign them over and sign it off, bill a sale. That's it. Nothing
Okay.
else. No notaries required, not in South Carolina, unless you just choose to, just for your preference and the seller request it, then you can, but it's not required.
Yeah.
Now, as
Because
far as
I
without having a title company, that can be the case if there's land involved. If it's land involved, then yes, you need to have the title company, because you would need to do title searches on the property just to ensure that there's no liens, no holes, no anything on that property, before selling it.
Yeah, because I had to notarize one some months back for an investor, and it was a mobile home. So I said, okay, then I can at least make money off doing that part, because
You can. You can. Yeah, it's not required, but it gives that sense of security, for the buyer, just having them say, and then the seller too. If you're the wholesaler, if you're selling, or if you, because as a wholesaler, you have the option to purchase that property and then sell it or do what you choose to at that point. Or you can actually just have the contract agreement that you're gonna basically help them find a buyer for their home, and then you do it that way. That's way you're not having any connection to that home. But if you purchased it, of course, then you would be technically purchasing a home that year. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, the notary again is great, and that's another lucrative side business that someone else could do. That's actually one thing that I wanted to do first, and then I was like, okay, well, let's venture into this area. So, but still, I help with notaries as needed, mobile notary.
Yep. Yep. Okay, you kind of remind me of Artina. You know Artina?
Of course, Artina, yes,
Yes,
yes.
because she's killing in the mobile home department too.
She is. She is. I actually just watched I think she had a story about her relationship with Clayton Holmes. So relationship building is one key thing that you must have when it comes to mobile homes. Just because it's and that's not, and a lot of like it's saturated like being in real estate. Like it can feel that way. But it's just speaking to those who are in there and doing it as well. And again, someone could be here today, going tomorrow out of your area, decide they don't want to do it anymore, or they passed on a deal. Like I know the two homes that I have, two individuals that I've spoken to passed on those homes years ago. So, and now one is like flipping and coming back around. It was like, oh, okay, now I want to buy it. So it's those things where you just don't look at it as, oh, well, someone so and so is doing this, I can't, or it's too many in this area. No, I mean, honestly, look at real estate agents. There's a new one, it's probably 10, 30, 50, I don't even know, pop up new a day. So you can't definitely say that it's saturated. It's just you have to find, again, your niche, what works. And then you don't even really have to have a niche. Like I said, whatever just falls in your plate. Like for me, like I am a mobile home consultant. So whatever call comes through or text message or direct messenger comes, I really go and dive deep into what it is that we need for this person. So it could be they decided, hey, I want to sell my home, or I have even had one that she wanted to, like example, she wanted to sell her home, mobile home. It was on a 1/4 acre lot. And just after viewing, looking at the home, I kind of went through her and said, what other options are there? Because at first she was gung solid on not selling the property, not selling the land. And then I was just like, well, based on the home, you know, it's going to be extensive work. And if someone has to move it, they have to move it for this amount of range of dollars, plus do the work in it. And it was going to be a lot. So she then decided, okay, maybe I can sell the land. So then she decided that she would like do a land deal. So we're going to figure that out and work that out as well. Her first priority, she still wants to get the home first. But I just told her it would be a much smoother process selling the land and the home, because that way whoever has the home, the land and the home, they do whatever they want to do with the home and you're done with it. And when you're wanting them to move it, then they may purchase it, but then now you have to have the waiting game of them moving it.
So when she sell the land, she have to go through an attorney, right?
Yes, she's selling the land. She does have to do so. So it's the land and the home. And that one didn't have, it's a little stretch with this one because she doesn't have the title. So she just had a bill of sale. So we're having to do a lot of back end just to make sure the land is hers. So it is a process. Now I said, a lot of things are not just a quick, sweet dollar. No, it could have been if I just said, hey, let me find someone that wants this mobile home. Yes. But if she wants to get rid of land, I'm like, yeah, let's go for it. Let's do that. So yeah, just assuring that it's hers. She's the rightful owner to sell it. So that's one key thing when you're wholesaling too, when you get those calls. Who's on the title? Are they deceased? Are you with a living relative? Are they married? Do they have siblings? tax. So all that factors matter when it comes to mobile homes. This is kind of in the same realm as it does for single family, because if all these people are on the title, or all these people are can say have a say so, you want to make sure you are having the right to sell this home.
Yeah.
So, yep. And it's your name, it's your business. You definitely don't want to have any bad rep for not doing one step. So.
Mm-hmm. So do you have your business set up now where it's under the LLC?
Yes.
Oh, very good.
Have that done.
Very good. And I know you have a beautiful daughter. Would you be able to eventually one day when she get older teach her how to do this too?
Yes, she will. She will definitely will be a part. Whether she kind of likes it or not. I mean, till she says she doesn't want to do it. Let me say that. I'm not gonna say that. Till she's like, no, I don't want to ride in the car. No, I don't want to walk around the house. Okay, that's fine. Well, we'll take you here and I'll go do what I need to do and then come back for you. But yeah, just definitely I do that now. She's with me, does the walkthroughs as needed, depending on the safe ones. And some of them,
Yeah.
no. Some of them I'm like, I can't even do a walkthrough. I do a window through because I can't even get in here. So definitely an opportunity for her. So that choice of college, hey, go to college, but you still have this other option for you to lean on this. So definitely want to do that for her. And just also anybody else just looking to do it. I'm also here to help teach anyone else. If I have any insight that can help someone, I'm all for that. Definitely not a gatekeeper.
Yeah, exactly. So but my thing for me, I want to make sure before I show people something or educate people on what I do, that is more organized and that the communication is relaying correctly. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when I be telling people I'm learning as I go, I'm still learning as I go, So there may be stuff I'm still, messing up on. And I don't want to be responsible for telling people exactly what I did. And then they would get, they messed up too. So that was like, I'd rather like whenever someone asks me about something and I know for a fact I don't know it to a T, I would like tag them and tell them this is who you need to talk to, or this is the expert, or this is the person that I would recommend, And I know people be like, well, Chris, I want you to help me. I'm like, well, I can tell you what I did. And then you just, it's on you if you want to do exactly what I did. But, like, have you ever had that experience where you felt like you didn't know exactly everything when someone came up to you about something that's dealing with mobile homes, and then you have to like refer them out to somebody else?
Yeah, most definitely. I have had that a few times, and I give what I can, and then I'll say, well, here's an additional resource, or this is where I got this from, so that way you can cross-reference, because I might not explain it in a layman's terms for you to understand it and process it, and then my way could have been different than what's best and designed for you. Depending on finances, depending on your skill sets, depending on your desire to want to go drive around putting out signs or driving for dollars. It just all depends. So I would definitely state that, hey, this is what I got, this is what I went through, this is what I did, but here's another resource for you. Yeah, I definitely have done that. Someone keeps asking me to do a Facebook group and I'm like, no, I don't think I'm gonna do that right now. So we'll see if that comes about. I feel like I am infant in this, so not even anywhere near grade school or toddlership. So I'm in my infant stage right now. So
you in my group.
Huh? Sorry,
you can practice in my group.
Great idea. I think I will.
They're still trying to learn. I'm still trying to learn too. So we all learn together.
That's right. Yep. I guess that's something we can do. Definitely. I will definitely I need to be more engaged as well. That's I am one. I like here and there, but I definitely have to get more engaged. But yeah, I feel like that's something that could definitely work, because I have had people ask about it and I was just like,
Yeah,
We see
I was
you
trying to
here,
get
here,
you.
and here.
I was trying to get you and Artina to want to add more stuff into the group when it comes to mobile homes, because like I said, that's not my expertise. I would like to learn eventually,
Right.
after I get done with this whole single family stuff. But it's a
You're
good
not
idea.
done. You're not
Huh?
done. You're not
Wait,
done.
I'm not done.
No, you're never
It
gonna
is
be
what it is.
done. No.
You're right. But with mobile homes though, I feel like it's easier to make the money a lot quicker, and it's more, the return on investment is a lot more than it would be if you invested in a single family home. Correct? Because I see people there buy property for $1,000, and then they're able to flip it for $10,000 or
10 or
$11,000.
20. Yeah. Yeah. So it is, and again, it's the right property, the right home too. And then it's also your buyer's list. It's like, what do you have, or who do you already have that's lined up ready to buy? So all that matters too is doing the legwork of your marketing, getting a buyer's list, whether that be from sellers or whether you have a investor buyer list. So all that matters when it comes down to how you structure everything. How are you collecting that data?
Yeah.
When you're posting, even if it's someone that passes and says, nope, I'm not interested, or someone, all those people that say I'm interested in your post, or if you do something out there or you see people in the streets, how are you collecting all this? How are you getting all this information? Those are your buyers, or those are people who might be interested in, or maybe make a suggestion to send to someone else. So those are things that help in that process with getting those turned around very quickly.
Yeah.
And then also just once you've gotten your feet in the game, and your name out there, people just start like, oh, that's a such and such home. Oh, okay, such and such still in this home. Okay, cool. Like there's no question, because they know the quality, the quality of that person, know the quality, integrity of them, that they're not going to question it. So
Yeah.
that's another thing to just making sure you just have a solid name out there as well. And connections and partnership. Joining on with someone else, like heard from earlier from Artina, joining with someone else. It's always okay to be a partner with someone else. That makes sense. So to help each other and to understand like, hey, I could make this amount of money by myself, but how much time and effort is that going to be put on me?
Yeah.
If I could bring somebody else in, I can cut that time in half.
Yep.
I might be cutting the money in half, but I'm cutting the time in half and the headache in half. And if that's you, then you need a partner. So it's so many different things, and it's just and so you just have to dive in. You just have to dive and see where you go, see what works, and see how to pivot if it's not for you.
Exactly. And you know me, I kind of like, I try to go with the flow as far as whatever I know where I can make money in, I'm gonna learn. Regardless if it's single family home or mobile home.
I ain't trying to promote.
Yeah. You see what you're trying to promote? What's that? Oh, really? Exactly.
We're not getting any sponsorship.
We're not getting any sponsorship, but guess what? We are open to getting them.
We are.
I would love to get an affiliation or sponsorship.
That would be great.
That would be wonderful.
Yes.
So, but I wanted to know too, as far as like when you are getting your properties, like how you finding your property. Are you doing driving for dollars?
I have driving for dollars, have call parks, Craigslist, Facebook, bandit signs. What else?
You look at Facebook Marketplace?
Where?
Facebook Marketplace.
Yes, Facebook Marketplace. But you just kind of really with that, you just kind of have to really look at that post, and really kind of understand if it's a buyer selling, a seller really selling this, or is this a wholesaler selling this? So you kind of just have to figure that out. You can always just message and say, hey, I love your home, find out what they're trying to do with the home, and then you kind of can DV and just say, okay, well, thank you. All right, I'm looking to purchase this home at this amount. This is my dollar. Like, I know what you had posted, but this is my dollar point. So, or when is it available for me to see it? And then you just give them your dollar number whenever you're there. So it just all depends. My two work came from a park from Craigslist. So I just saw the post, called the park, and been dealing with them ever since.
Are you looking Craigslist?
Yeah, I looked on
Oh.
Craigslist, honey.
I need to
Under
go.
manufactured home. And
Manufacturing.
on Facebook under manufactured home. Because if you type in mobile home these days, you're gonna bring up RVs and
Mhm.
pull trailers. Those are what you're gonna pull up. So if you type
Mm.
in manufactured home, it will populate those park managers, individual investors or individuals selling. It will populate that. And of course, your best day is on a Sunday because that's when most people are posting their things. Well, I think that's when Craigslist actually does their weekly post, I think.
Mhm.
Like their large, I don't know how they do it. I don't know, but it's Sundays. Use Sunday. Sunday's your
Mhm.
ideal time. If you want to find a property, early Sunday morning is when you should be looking on there and messaging or calling those individuals. Of course, it's a park. They're not going to be open on Sunday. So Monday morning, get right on it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Craigslist, people don't believe in Craigslist these days, but because it's not just accessible like Facebook and
Mhm.
the app, but definitely Craigslist is an ideal thing. Also, Calvin, who is over mobile home investing full time, he
Kevin,
definitely
I
is.
hear.
Calvin Avia, yes, he is
Yeah. He's
definitely
good. Mhm.
an expert. He probably say feel like he's not, but he's definitely an expert in it as well. And definitely utilizes Craigslist.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he
Matter of
is
fact,
one that does utilize it and has results.
yeah,
And just a
he's
very
he's the
simple
guy.
post.
He's I notarized his information before. I
Mhm.
notarized his. So that's how I'm like, oh, I know Calvin. I've been
Yeah,
following him for a long time. So me and Facebook friends. He
yeah,
cool.
he has a lot of bird dogs running around.
I know. It's a lot now.
Yeah.
But yeah, cause I was thinking too with the mobile homes, it just seems like it's a lot cheaper. It's a lot cheaper to buy. Like, how do you get your funding to buy these mobile homes? Did you borrow it from a private lender or somebody, or you just your own pocket and it was able to flip it?
Great question. So being very transparent. First two, I use my cash and my
Oh,
credit, personal. And then now I have funding. So now I'm working a little out of order. And honestly, it wasn't what I was told. So don't do my track. I'm just learning. Get the mentorship, but you still don't listen to your mentor.
yeah,
So yeah. But yeah, and then sometimes it's just how they landed and you just jumped, you just were like, okay, yes. But now just working out of it, and it's a great thing to do. So I would definitely say using other people's money.
yeah.
Again, using other
Were you
people's
able to
money.
get funding for mobile homes? You hear me?
Yes.
You were able to get funding for mobile homes?
Yes. So with the property that I have, and then they also now let me backtrack. So now when you're doing most of your funding, it is going to be your personal guarantee. It's a lot of things that you may hear that you don't need a personal guarantee, but
Mhm.
traction in the trajectory of things, you're going to need a personal guarantee, whether that's you as your individual in your business, or whether
Mhm.
that's a partner in your business, whether that's someone in an operating agreement that may not be on
Mhm.
your business, but they're in the operating agreement of your business,
Yeah.
can utilize as your personal guarantor. So there's many different routes. Some lenders, you can use that will say, hey, you have 10,000 in this credit score. Great, you can go this path. Or one will say, okay, you have a personal guarantor. Okay, that has this credit and this, you can go this way. I can't remember another one. It just depends on the lender. Now I haven't had like a individual private lender.
Mhm.
So I actually went through, is it Letitia with Savvy?
Letitia,
What is it again?
Letitia,
Yes,
Sa-
Letitia.
Savvy Diva, Savvy.
Savvy Diva. There you go. I
Mhm.
didn't write it down, but yes, she is amazing. She's awesome. So that was with Capwell Funding, who is just an amazing, amazing company that can get a turnaround very fast. As long as you have your stuff in order and you respond to what they need, it can get turned around very fast. So that is something that I would definitely look into if you're wanting to do that, and get funding, and that's to utilize for purchasing, contractors, handyman, furniture, marketing materials, whatever you're needing. Paying for Facebook ads, paying for stuff at Staples, buying business cards, whatever you decide that you want to use it for, you can utilize it for that. So, and they do have an option too if you want to get cash from that. Well, again, this is starting personally from, if you're wanting from the credit line that you have, you can actually do it where you get cash. So that's an option too. If it's not under a loan, if it's under a credit card, then they can, a business credit card, then they can actually do a like a cash, well, it would be a cash advance from it, but it's just a different way that they do it, and you don't get charged all the
Let's
extra
I'm gonna say her name. Her name is Letitia Isbell Howard.
Yes.
Yeah. Letitia Isbell Howard from Savvy Diva. And how did you get the information, Veronica?
From Kristen, from her from Kristen, from her REI Accountability Club Facebook.
Oh wow, my Facebook group. Yeah.
Again, her REI Accountability Club Facebook group.
People be underestimating, man. I keep telling people, I said, y'all, the information is there. Like I be trying to get people to get in the group, and I guess they're still hesitant. I'm like, you know what? I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, and like I've told you before, I said just still be a resource, put it out there, and those who grab it will grab it.
I'm like,
that's it. Those who grab it will grab it, and when they grab it, they're gonna be like, why did I do this before? What was I waiting on? Man, I should have been did this.
Well, you waiting on it. Yeah, and it's like, it's a lot of people that keep asking about the business credit, and I'll tell them to contact Letitia or contact Nakisha, because Nakisha, she's another one. She's a business coach, and people still get hesitant and everything. And she knows like 6 months later. And I said, it's funny. Like one person, I'll tell them to do it, but then another person, I'll tell them to do it, and they do it, and they get it done, and now they got funding. I'm like, see, I said, I know it ain't me.
Yep, Letitia Isbell Howard, the Savvy Diva. Contact her. IG,
contact her.
Facebook. Contact her. If you're
she's good. She's good. She's legit, and she's a real estate investor too, so she knows what you need and everything.
She is.
So
and there's a lot of people there, but sometimes out there, but sometimes you just have to go with what you know and who you know. So
yeah,
if Kristen didn't say it, I probably would have never looked her way, because we know Kristen is about her business, so and her name, so definitely wouldn't put anything out there that is not viable and that will hinder and hurt anyone.
Exactly. And I'm legit in my business. I don't be trying to refer anybody who's a scammer, and I'm not a scammer.
Right.
And I make sure that I have attorneys that make sure I stay out of jail. I don't play them games.
Right. Exactly. Nobody got time for that, because orange is great, but just not on me full time. Okay.
Exactly. Well, orange actually does look good on me, but
that's what I said. Orange is great on me, just not full time and in the jumpsuit. But I'm sure I know they got other colors and arrangements. I think they have gray.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I don't even want to know.
Let me ask you another question. Yeah. Because one thing I learned too when I first started doing the real estate thing, I wanted to put it out there just to show people that if I can do it with a very, very low salary, anybody can do it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about that, though, I started to try to make myself accessible to everybody, right? And shortly, I realized I could not be accessible to everybody because my edges started, coming out and everything. I start getting stressed out because I come to the realization that not everybody's my target audience. And, I hate that I had to find out the hard way, but I did,
Yeah.
So when I would try to meet people at Panera Bread, meet them at the Ring Place, some people wouldn't show up. Some people did show up, but they never did anything. I see. Now I have to put, prerequisites of, if you want to contact me, this is what you need to do first before, if you were serious about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to waste somebody's time and I want to waste my time. But have you ever dealt with people who say they want to learn what you do, and then when you try to meet with them or try to help them out, it didn't go anywhere?
I haven't had that experience yet. And
Okay.
I know that I will, and I know that it will happen. So that's just kind of where we are. So yeah, I feel like right now, yeah, we can do it. We can do a nice Zoom. We can do a nice
Nice
we can do a nice
consultation.
messenger,
Yeah.
something like that, and give a take on how you're feeling, and then we can work on to going. And I agree. I like your steps that you do. But that was a lesson learned, though. You
Mhm.
said, okay, I went this route, and then that wasn't, one is your time. It's a lot. Meeting up, getting this place, scheduling, being present. Is it okay? Is it open? Is it is it a viable place for us to meet to have these conversations? So it consists of a lot. So yeah, going through the steps and saying, hey, did you do your due diligence and doing this to
Yes.
know how serious someone is? And then you have some who's just like, I finally got someone that's in this, what I'm thinking about doing. Because that's a lot of times, many people just haven't been able to touch or see or know that individual or someone or that's in it. And so they just really want to just touch hands and just touch and agree and just like, hey. So sometimes it's just that, and just really understanding if I've gotten into it, but it's a little bit more than what I thought.
Yeah.
Some people may just do that and just walk away. So
Yeah.
again, like you said, you can't have everyone. You just put the information out. Those who get it, they get it. Those who don't,
Don't.
they
Yeah.
don't.
And that's where I had to start putting freebies, and also like, maybe if I start putting more things out on a YouTube channel, then they'll be able to look at it themselves, and then they could figure out, on their own time, the information if they want to learn more. I think that's
Yeah.
probably the best way to have option for everybody, option for the free information, option for if people want to pay for actual training, so
Right.
people,
Because
so you can come to everybody.
exactly,
So
because some are just ready to drive it, jump in and just dive and go. And then you
yeah,
have some you just have to handhold.
handhold, yeah.
Me.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm
Yeah.
like, I need to know every step. I need to know all this. But again, you have to understand it's just like, okay, grade school, getting out of high school, starting a new job, whatever, you don't know it. You have to
Mhm.
learn it.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I've finished this, I gotten past this. Okay, now what's next?
Mhm.
And until you get in it, you're not
Yeah.
gonna know. It's trial and error.
Yeah.
And it's it's definitely trial and error.
That's true.
And
Yeah.
then I always say a test for your testimony.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
definitely,
Exactly.
you definitely have the cases where it's a test for your testimony. So I mean, for those who may run into it and they say it's easy peasy, great, hey, more power to you. I'm not going to tell you that it is. I'm definitely not.
Mhm.
I'm going to tell you here are the steps it can be, but this may be what you may run into. That's
Yeah.
it. You can get roadblocks, and you just have to figure out how to pivot and make it work. Like me and handyman contractors, honey. So you just can't stay in it. You're just like, okay, what am I going to do next? What's
Yeah.
my next route to this? Because you can't just stay down this road that you're going, because you will give up. You will give
Mhm.
up very easy. I've had some very strong, interesting nights and days with thinking of mobile homes, and you just stay in it for a day or two, and you figure it out and you keep on moving. That's the
Yeah.
one thing, you just have to keep going until you just feel like, okay, I can't do this anymore. Then it's okay.
Mhm. It's okay. Yeah.
It's okay.
My my um my concern was more so in the beginning, because I remember when I think you and Miss A, what's her name? Or Miss Angelina. Shout out to
Angelique.
her. Oh, I'm sorry, singing wrong. Angelique. What's up,
Angelique.
Angelique? Shout out to her. She's doing good. She's killing the game. Travel nurse,
Yeah.
investor, killing it. Um, y'all called. I think it was you or her, both of y'all. Oh, I think it was you. And then she was there with you. And y'all was looking at the
Oh yeah, we
mobile
were in the
home,
park.
the mobile home park and everything.
Mhm.
Now, what's the owner of it? Was she trying to sell the mobile home all together, or she just wanted you guys to buy it but keep it in the mobile home park?
That's funny. It's still with the same company that I'm with, but it's in a different park. So they
Oh.
manage 4 different parks. That particular day was they had homes that were for sale.
Mhm.
They had evictions on those homes or they were abandoned. So most of those homes were abandoned.
Mhm.
And so they were looking to sell them off as they're wanting to transition out of rentals. They had started with a lot of rentals, so now they're transitioned to where they're just wanting families or individuals to own the property and own the home, and then they just deal with the lot and the property. So
Mm.
they were just trying to get rid of those. So as of right now, I think another investor, those at my time, in our time, then we didn't want to do the work that was needed and necessary to do and get those homes up to par.
Yeah.
And so right now, I think there are 1 or 2 investors now at that part that have actually grabbed them up. Because of course, that was in the beginning. That was, it was 22,
Yeah. Yeah.
summer,
Last year.
spring 22. So at that time, I know with the market, a lot of investors and companies were selling off property, just try to get that capital, especially
Mhm.
properties that they weren't using or aren't doing. A lot were holding on to their capital. So now swinging around 2023, now people are picking up who all have that cash. Now they're picking it up, buying those mobile homes and doing the work that's needed to get them where they're up to standards and then renting them out. So a lot of people are now looking for that long-term cash flow.
Oh, okay.
So it is definitely something. And then you have some of those who just coming in, of course, wholesale and want to do just that, but a lot now more individuals who want more than like 1 or 2, who are like looking for like 5 or better, are definitely looking to have cash flow.
Okay.
So yeah,
Sounds
but
good.
those homes, yeah, they were a little rough. They were a little rough. So yeah, I had to definitely pass on those. I think we looked at 4 homes that day in that park, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yep.
Hmm.
And I tell people, and I will say this, don't look at too many mobile homes. It can get very tiresome and draining.
Yeah.
And have a lot of video storage to do videos and photos if you do. I did do one, I think I saw, oh my gosh, 10 homes in one day or 12 or something, and I was so drained. So if you can space them out, space them out.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
one suggestion. Yeah.
Have you started putting out bandit signs for it?
My current one,
Yeah.
not yet. I
Okay.
will. Once I get it fully where I need it to be.
Mhm.
Hopefully within the next week, I would like to have a open house next week. If not,
Okay.
week after next, which
Okay.
actually run into St. Patty's Day weekend, but it's
On
okay.
a weekend.
Yes, it will be definitely on the weekend. Just because a lot of people are traveling, they're off. Weekends are better. And it's gonna be a very short window.
Mhm.
So it will be maybe from like 4 to 6 or like 2 to 4.
Mhm.
First come, first serve. Who
Yeah.
comes present? That's who's there. And if I get an offer that day, great. Um, and we just move forward. They have to be approved for the park, because my home currently isn't a park. So they would have to be approved through the park process. So there is no ownership transaction, nothing. They can do like an earnest deposit down to hold to say yes, they're going to do that. And then if they're not approved, of course, if they give me all of it and decide to do that, and of course they're not approved, then of course I'm going to give them their money back. That's just the only right thing to do because you weren't approved. And I just moved to the next until that home is sold. And actually I can hand you paperwork and hand you keys and you hand me cash. That home will stay posted, it will stay advertised, it will stay marketed wherever until it's gone. But I did learn one
Okay.
trick. You can keep your bandit signs up that says, hey, 4-bedroom, however, for sale, as long as the county's being nice to you. Because people will call, they'll still call you. So that's another marketing. You may have sold that home, but some marketing because they will see that number and say, oh, well, you still have that available? Nope. What are you looking for? You know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you just keep them. Again, you have to make sure you have some type of system, whether it's Google Form, Jot Form, Excel, whatever you want to use, pen and paper, to make sure that you keep those contacts in line, that you're checking off, oh, they're wanting a 2-bedroom. They're wanting it within 3 to 6 months, just
Yeah.
identifying
Well,
what they are.
if I see any mobile homes available and it, something that's a potential deal, I'll just call you and then we could do it together.
Of course.
And we can make some money together. Yeah.
Of course. And likewise, if I see old
Because
simple
I don't
abandoned
mind
homes,
partnering now.
right?
Huh? I don't mind partnering. We all can make some money together.
Exactly.
That's
Me
the
either.
thing.
But again, it got to make sense. It got to make sense.
It doesn't make sense. But even when I was saying, like, because I was explaining it to some of my friends, one of my friends, and I was talking about wholesaling and everything, a wholesaling, but wholesaling single family homes, and she
Yeah.
was like, she was being hesitant on it, and I said, well, I mean, you can at least be a bird dog or a deal finder, which is the same thing, which is writing down the addresses and just give it to me or give it to some local active real estate investor.
Mhm.
And if he or she's able to close on the deal, no matter what they do, she can get paid for it, like a $500 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? She didn't
Right.
want to do that. Well, I might have to be a wholesaler then. I like, but are you wholesaling right now? No. You just throwing money off the table. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, see.
Yeah.
I try to help people out, man.
You do, but again, it's a lot of consistency. It is definitely because I was one, I'm not gonna lie, when I had to put my signs out, and I took another course and everything, Miss Jasmine got through that training as well. So it's definitely learning, hey, you have to design a path where you're going. You can't just say, hey, I'm gonna go like me. I was like, well, I'm putting out a sign when I go to Walmart, on my
But one
path, or
thing,
I'm looking like, oh,
you
this
did
road.
though.
So you definitely have to make a design of maps, Google Maps, put in where you're going here, putting in here. All right. How long it's going to take you to get here? So you'll know if it's 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever, that's your designated time that you're going to do. And for this only, not stopping to get this, not stopping to do that. This is what you're doing. And then having that, whether you're doing it weekly, bi-weekly, once a month, changing up your areas is just depending on what you're doing. And of course, bandit signs are what they are. So just definitely just have to be mindful of your areas, and just know, hey, you may have put it today, probably going tomorrow. Like, so don't think that you need to go back and get them. They'll get taken care of. Or they'll stay there. So one of the two. So yeah, you just decide if you're gonna go back to that area and keep on going, or how often you're gonna do it. Some people have great opportunities and great things that come about from them. So you won't know until you try. But again, it is time. It's time and consistent. It's not as easy as everyone says it is. Like you said, just driving around looking for this, looking for that. It's time, and you have to be do your due diligence as far as what area you're looking for. Are you in? Because I think your area is 29203. So it's like, okay, if you're being a bird dog for someone, are you in 29223? Well, that's not their area. They don't care for homes in that area. Now they might, I don't know, but you need to know that firsthand. It's like, okay, I'm over here. Is that something for this person? All right, so no, it's not. So let me find another, or hopefully already have one in your contact, another investor that's looking to do that particular area. So if you're going to be a bird dog, they say that.
Okay.
Yep. And being wholesaler, you still have to put it out there. Hey, I buy houses or I buy mobile homes. You still need a buyer's list, or you still gonna have to utilize Craigslist or Facebook to put it out there, or put more signs out. that, hey, I have this home in this area available. I've learned the trick putting it by the gas station, by wherever the house is. Some say, hey, put it over here. Nope, I put it where I know everybody's gonna pull in that's live in that area or go in that area. Because I had a wholesale deal like that. The mom called me. She was like, my son, he invests in home, he buys homes. And I was like, okay, great. Talk to him. And I mean, that was his first I thought I was like, this isn't real. She's not, whatever. But she's like, yeah, I saw you sign at the gas station. And she was like, where's the house? And I told her where it was. And she's like, oh, it's right there. I was like, yep. She's like, I'll send my son and let him call you. And so he called, and I had other people in line and had an open house, but it was just like nothing pulled from the open house. And then I had someone else come about that was in the area as another investor, and I just had it's just something didn't sit right with me. And then they were kind of lowballing too with the home from what was being asked. And my job was just to get the family what they needed. So had a conversation, he came and walked through, and I just knew, I was like, oh, I'm gonna sell this home to him. Sure enough, that's what sold my home to. So he's a very low-key investor, but I still keep contact with him. He is still working on that home right now. I think he said about 2 weeks he's gonna have it done. He moved it to his own property from that park, and so he just rents it out to just individuals in his area. And he is one that has a specific area. He doesn't want to leave his county. So he has his designed areas as well. So I just stay connected with him and just like, hey, I have this house available. Do you want it? Do you have the space for it? Or if I find one in his town, then I will make sure I hit him up first, because that's his area. Because I've had signs I put everywhere, and then sometimes my sign is here, but the home is hour and a half away from that sign. So because someone was just riding around and just saw my sign and just was like, oh yeah, by the way, I have a home in such and such area that I'm looking to sell. So okay, so it is a lot of riding, a lot of driving. Or if you want to do virtual, that's an option. I haven't really gotten into that. But they send you the pictures, they send you everything, you verify all on your end. You make that offer, you send the agreement to them, have them sign, you sign, and you market it. So that's an option as well. But you definitely want to do your due diligence that no one else is marketing that home, no one else has an agreement on that home. Because I know some have run into that when it comes down to being virtual, with it being shout out to different people. And so there's a lot of people that had their hands in this house, and things just didn't turn out well. So
okay, that's good. But maybe something too. What's the type? Do you have a type of mobile home that you're looking for, or doesn't matter? I know, like Nicole, I believe she's saying that she likes mobile homes that's 1980 something, like 1986 or 85, and later or something like that. Yeah. Not too old.
Right. I'm in that area too. It's some homes, I'm just, the design, the layout is just, some of them are just amazing. It's like, oh my gosh. So yeah, definitely in the 80s. You definitely I stay anything 80s and better. Just because we had our what was it, 1976, with homes being under HUD and being approved and everything like that. And then you just having homes started being inspected. So you want to make sure that you definitely have a home that's kind of out of that. But then there's homes that are older, that are in your 70s and 60s, where most people stay away from, only because when you get to certain counties, you can't move them. And then you only can move, or you can only move them within that county.
Yeah, and they have a flat roof now, ain't it? They had a flat roof, which is like real old.
Very flat roof. Yep, just clear across. Now there's some who remodel it. They've added roof. They've made the pitch roof. But yeah, your 80s, you're gonna have that pitch, slightly kind of curved roof like this, and then your 90s gonna have that pitch roof.
Mhm.
90s and better. So you're up gonna have that definitely that pitch roof, and that's to help with your rain because back then they were like this. So
Mhm.
there's no rain coming off that.
It
And then
stayed
they
right
went a
there.
little like this, and it was
Huh.
like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, a little bit. So now here you go. We're here. We
Yeah.
definitely want to make sure rain falls off and not just sit on your roof.
Yeah.
So those are the factors. But again, finding one if someone doesn't have to move it. If it's on its own land or it's in a park, a 60, 70 is absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Um, you just probably have to have everything rewired and replumbed in the
Mhm.
home, depending on if it hasn't had anyone residing in the home, or if they have and then you're trying to buy it and rent it, you probably will want to make sure you have all those updates done. So that could probably get a little costly, but you can do that even in the 80s and the 90s. That's still not up to date and up to par.
Mhm.
So it just all depends on your preference and the situation. Like I said, if you don't have to move it,
Yeah.
76 one time, and I mean it was had built-ins shelving, and I was like, oh, this is nice. And then I was like, you don't have to have a dresser, you don't need a chester, you don't need any of that in the bedroom because it was all built out. So I was like, oh, this is amazing. Um, so of course that was way before my time in deciding to invest. Now
Mhm.
thinking about it, I'm like, good God, I should have got that home.
Mhm.
Thinking back on it, but now knowing better, I do better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
I think I'm gonna stop by next week whenever you decide to do it, your
Yeah,
open
come on
house.
by.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna see what you
because
got going on.
like yeah, you remember you know better, do better. Because what was your first property?
Man, I swear, right there near the college off-campus apartments. I listen, I'm so mad. I'm still mad at that. I mean, lesson learned. But I could have made a killing off that doggone neighborhood. Like seriously. And, because of me renovating that house and increasing the value in that neighborhood, other
Yeah.
people were able to do it too.
Mm.
But it's still like you still got like one or two little ugly ducklings that don't want to keep their houses together or whatnot. But man,
Mhm.
I know for a fact if I would have kept that house and would just had like USC students, staying there or whatnot, I probably
Yeah.
would have been able to get the other houses there. It would have made it even more clean in the entire neighborhood. And I probably would be able to charge parking for like games and everything.
Oh yeah. Most
So
definitely.
much, man. I was just so happy about getting that deal
Yeah.
because I
And that's okay. Because like
it
you
was
said, it's
$25,000. That's it.
you purchased it for 25 over
$25,000.
there.
That's it. Over
I didn't
there.
know the price.
Mhm. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
'Cause I don't know too
That
many
was a
houses at
diamond in
$25,000.
that was a diamond in unknown and untapped. It's actually
Uh,
someone over there in that area, not over there where you are, but close by that I looked at a home and did bird dog for, and I was like, ooh, Lord. Then I went around the corner. I was like, wait a minute, hold on. I was like, oh no. First I was skeptical. I was like, don't buy the house. Then I went around the
mhm.
corner, literally not even a half a mile. Like I was like, oh no, you need to buy this house.
You need to buy a house.
Because
But
the other
you
houses,
notice that
I didn't even look at them, but I feel
you
like
starting to
they're,
see too. You see what I'm talking about, right? You like one area is all messed up, and then when you go around the back or go around the neighborhood,
around
it's
the
all
back.
nice and neat. So
Yeah,
to me, that's a sign that you need to start buying houses around them neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying?
right. Because
Making a
they're trying
killing.
to build them up. Somebody's looking at something.
It, it's
And
gentrifying.
also too, when they start clearing out land,
Hmm. Over there.
why they clearing this off? This been sitting
Yep.
here abandoned for however long.
For years.
It's getting cleared off now. Trees are going
Hmm.
down, buildings are going down. Something
Yeah.
else is coming. And it's funny because I know exactly where that is. That's QT's going over there.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I was like, oh well, there's a QT, there's other things coming around.
You know
So
what that means. Yeah.
that's building
You
up the
know.
area. So you just have to kind of get out there and do your due diligence and kind of see. It's like a lot of things. But again, like as I'm learning too, depending on what it is in your situation, it might be best for you to get out of it. and there's always something better down the road. Christy Duckett told me that it may be always something better down the road.
Shout out to Christy. Shout out to Christy
Shout out to
Duckett.
Christy Duckett and Christy Duckett Harris, excuse me.
Christy
And
Duckett Harris, yep.
yes, Christy Duckett Harris, and definitely someone that knows her mobile homes, has been in this for some time.
Yep.
And that many people have said different things in different ways, but her way was just like, okay, you just have to do what's best. If it makes sense for you, then you do that. So at the time for you, even that house by the stadium, at the time for you, that was not the best to keep it. So of course, again, knowing what you're doing, and like you were just saying, we see what's in the area, we see what's coming. Now you have that mindset and space, and probably, and like you said, building the funding and getting everything together. You'll have that now ready to just like, okay, I can walk in the door now. I'm like, I got this. It's mine now. And I know I'm keeping it. It's not a question. It's like, no, I'm keeping it for sure. So yeah, those are just things that you just have to just listen. Like I said, get your mentor, get your people in order.
You said get your mentor. Say that again, please.
Get your mentors in order.
Come on. I don't know. People just want to just skate through that. You need to find somebody who's doing it now.
Doing what you're doing.
And they don't have to really be an expert, but at least they just know a little bit more than you do.
Right.
And even if you got to pay them, you're going to get the money back eventually. I have to pay for my people who I work with and people who I'm trying to learn from. It is what it is. You got to pay them.
And the higher you go up, the higher your mentorship is going to go up.
Exactly.
So yeah, because some mentors out here, I mean, they're 10, 20, 30,000. So it just all depends. But you know that your end result after doing what they tell you to do, you're gonna be successful. You're going to be, but again, it's with the consistency and hearing what they say and doing what they're saying that they're doing, and understanding, okay, this is my path, this is where I'm going, and I need to hear to them.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
So it's definitely something, and go to their conferences, go to their meetups,
go to their conference,
go to the conference, go to the meetups. I mean, even for me, I am one that was like, oh, it's a family event. Two things that were going on, and I was just like, oh my God, I'm gonna miss it. I don't want to miss it. But I had to take a seat back and say, okay, this is something I need to learn to move forward for the future. That moment of, okay, going to this dinner, okay, that was just something that was gonna last 2 hours, and then here, I need this 2 hours here to learn for something that can go in the future. I can't take that dinner with me in the future except for the memory, which is good. I mean, that's a great thing. It's just at the time I had to understand what was best. So I took that and met my people, met the people I needed to meet, and took a leap and jumped off that porch, as Nicole says, and made it happen. Like I said, not really going all the way in her direction, but still learning, still trucking.
I think
I've been told I'm a little silent one, that I'm moving in the background, but that's just by my nature. I just like to move in logistics in the background. I'm a background player. So even me being on here now, oh God, Kristen got me out here, but I'll do it for you, girl. It's for you. It's for you.
I think you're on your way though.
Thank you. Thank you. I just have to own up to just finding and revamping. So I'm probably going to revamp right now once we get over this hump with the 2 homes. Well, one, that's just cash flow. The other one, just getting over that and just seeing which way I'm going, probably getting a little bit more into the wholesaling, probably bird dogging, even though even bird dogging maybe for a single family. Because I did do it, and single family is definitely different than mobile home. When you're looking at mobile homes, because you kind of can see your ends in a mobile home. Single family, you cannot, when you got to go upstairs, go in the basement, go around a corner, you are in straight dungeon land. Listen, I had to speak to Allah, God, everybody to get me in to one house. I got in the car got back in the car and drove down the street. Said, I can't do this.
Let me go ahead and get this
And
get
then I
this
came back.
the charge right quick. Hold on for a moment, okay?
Yeah.
Let me just charge it. It's right here. On my neck.
TikTok people.
What you said?
So how's your TikTok people?
Oh my, hey TikTok people, we still on it. Okay. Cool. Oh, there you go. Sorry. Thing hitting up. There you go. You got me.
Gotcha.
The TikTok people. But you see me now? You see me?
Yeah.
Okay. But man, it's just crazy.
So what are you working on right now?
I think, the corporate housing unit, I still have to get that done. Because it needs an entire new roof. Because the house is like built in 1940. So everything pretty much almost brand new with that house. But like I said, the reason why I brought it in the beginning when I told you is because it's in my childhood neighborhood. And I wanted to keep the property within the neighborhood. People who actually grew up in the neighborhood. Like if the family members, huh?
Put your camera down. You're losing your face.
Oh, right here.
Yeah.
Sorry. So if family members or the people in the neighborhood do not want the property, then I'll be willing to take it as long as we can negotiate on the price. As long as we can both.
Yeah.
What's that? You? long as
Me trying to get on TikTok on my phone, but go ahead.
As long as we'll be able to both make money off of it and still be able to keep the houses in the neighborhood for the people who actually grew up in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So.
Most definitely.
But yeah, but that was what I was trying to say with that. So your specialty is definitely mobile homes. Mine's, I don't want to say I'm specialized in it yet, but I'm still learning as I go with renovation, flipping houses, fixing flips and wholesaling and rental properties and now corporate housing units, for like Furnish Finder and Airbnb. That's what I do now. But
isn't there a change with Airbnb now? Like I don't know if it was the last week or two, they're like asking for ID of every individual that's in the house. Is that something new now? Or
certain neighborhoods are strict when it comes to it now and everything. Even
okay,
going through the
so
county.
it is by the sellers,
wherever the address is located, they have some restrictions now, but so far so good around the neighborhood that I manage the short-term rentals and the mid-term rentals I manage. I've been good so far.
no. Okay.
So, but yeah, I was about to say too with that too. As far as what I plan on doing after I'm done with the property I'm working on right now and renovating it and then getting that set up so I can start getting some travel nurses or any other business professional in there, to stay there while they're working. I'm going to probably take a break from renovating houses because I'm at the point now where, as investors, we are the last one to get paid for our job. The people who get paid first are the contractors, the lenders, the attorneys, and all that stuff.
Yep.
In order for me to get paid to be able to get the money that I put in and the money that I borrow, I have to refinance the house or I need to sell it in order to get my money back and be able to pay other people back. For me, since the house is going to be mine, I'll be either doing a refinancing or doing a HELOC, which is a home equity line of credit, in order to put money out and pay my lenders and be able to get hopefully a difference back. Or I may just break even because it's been a long time. I was telling you that when I'm renovating the house, I want to be 6 to 8 weeks tops. Don't go no more than that, right? Because I'm still paying the monthly interest payments, which is like over $1,000. Well, it'll be hitting. So it'll be hitting it'll be hitting 6 months this month. So 1,000 times six is what? $6,000, man. And if it was the in and out only 2 months, it will only be like $2,000,
Right.
So I had to think about, the math ain't math. If we keep doing this for one deal and it's like only 5 to 6 months for one deal, I may have to take a break from doing this and just, focus more on building my business, funding business credit.
Right.
And then, and then coming back to renovating houses, but doing other things in real estate, like maybe like doing the tax overages, when you get the difference of the property that's big versus how much, the property do, so that people get the difference and I get percentage off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was thinking about doing that, or just strictly just doing the corporate housing unit for a while, and then then the government contract, because I plan on adding government contracting to my list of streams of income too. But yeah,
Yes. Being in the right area. Yes.
yeah, yeah. So
Definitely. And it's something, even in, not saying my where I work, but even in my nonprofit here and every day, it's like, oh, my family's traveling, but we don't have housing yet, so we won't be there for another 3-4 months. And it's like, I need some 3-4 bedroom homes right now. So it is definitely something. And then I mean, they can do a long-term Airbnb or a rental. Just has to be like an off-site. I mean, off Airbnb site, because they can't. Well, let me say this: they can pay the fees, but the military won't pay the fees.
Yeah.
So it just have to be an off-site agreement. So yeah, just hearing that, it's just like my ears are always like open. It's like, woo, 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 woo. It's like, oh, this family's moving from this place and they need housing. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
And it's guaranteed funding from the military.
Yeah.
Okay. So definitely
It's
things
money out
to
there.
step up and get into and understand, like what those steps are. And then those contracts are. It's definitely.
Yeah, the house I'll tell you about now that I'm managing, there's a veteran and his family is there. They're staying there for 90 days before they try to move into their new house. So,
Nice.
Veterans and travel nurses and other travel healthcare professionals are really good guests to stay at these corporate housing units or whatnot. But but even then too, from my understanding, you might be able to do that on mobile homes.
Possibly, probably something bigger. Well, I guess it depends if it's an individual family. I mean, I guess, yeah, because individuals should still get housing funding. So
yeah,
I don't see why not. Yeah, and I mean, here we have multitudes of.
Yeah. Have you seen Chrissy Duckett Harris? Have you seen her renovation of her mobile homes?
I saw the last one she did that she's actually selling with the home, because I think she got it with the house and the mobile home in the backyard adjacent. And so now I think it's on the market to sell the whole property. But yeah, her renovation was great. And I think that home was I'm trying to remember. I feel like that was a 70s or early 80s. I can't recall.
I want to say
a mobile home.
But her renovation of her mobile home looked like regular houses. It only looked like a
It does. Like she puts in the I haven't done that in mine. I haven't stepped my game up yet. But yeah, she does the vinyl flooring, floor decor, I think, or maybe Lowe's. I'm not sure where she gets hers from, but I will be going to floor decor. And then she does, she puts the screen on the walls, the wall outlets, so no cords. Gets all the popcorn ceiling off. If no one knows what that is, that's a little popcorn that's on top of the ceilings in your older homes. They can be mobile homes or regular homes. And taking and removing all that. But again, in mobile homes, you don't necessarily have to do all that though. That's the thing. It just, whatever value you're looking at, and depending on what market you're in and where it is, if you really need to do all that. In this area, like you were saying before, the quick turnaround and the low cost to get into it, and then the quick turnaround is mainly just making sure that home is safe, it's affordable, and it's clean. And that's just you don't have to HGTV it if you don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
There are some I've seen, like you said, Christie's, and then others they're just like, oh my God, this is top tier. Like
Yeah.
and then but you have to understand your market and understand where you are, because if you do that renovation, you got to understand where it is. Like, what is your plan with that home? Because if you're trying to sell it, but all the homes around there only sell it for 20, you're trying to sell it for 50. Yeah, probably not gonna happen. So you just have to understand where it is, your market, who's your buyers, what's around there, and again, your end game. If you're looking to Airbnb it, okay, yeah, you don't want to put all that into it. If you're trying to do, like you said, corporate housing or veteran, even veteran, I don't, not say no offense, but don't have to do to all that. I know there is a checklist. Even if you're doing like Section 8, because Section 8 is an option, you just have to make sure you're where it's located, whether it's in a park or on land that is approved. So some are able to do that as well. So you can have one on vouchers that are able to stay there. You could do room to room if wherever you have it allows it. You just have to do your background checks and everything on those individuals. And most of those are month to month. So that's another source. So just many things, but yeah, the renovations are definitely depending on where it is and your actual exit strategy of what you want to do with that home.
Yep, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to I was able to log in now on my Facebook to see if I can let them hear a little bit of what we was talking about. I ain't gonna be long, I promise. I'm gonna see if I can. Sorry. Live video. Go live. Let me see. I'm sorry, keep talking, girl.
Oh, okay, no,
Keep talking. Yeah, keep talking.
Yeah. So anyone interested in mobile homes, I'll be glad to help and assist as much as I can. And I will be very transparent in it. Each state, each county, each area is different. So some things I can say for my area will not work in yours and vice versa. So definitely want to make sure that if it's something that is stated or suggested, that you definitely check with your county, your city, your movers to ensure that you are in compliance with your DMV, and finding a title company, depending on if you have a home that's on land, knowing if the home is D-title. So D-title is where the home is attached with the land. So you pay one tax, basically. If it's not detached, then you're paying a tax on the home, you're paying taxes on the land. And knowing what the titles, each title is different, each state. So like some states you need notary, some states you don't. Some states you need to do the bill of sale, some states you don't. It just all depends. So you have to just be clear and mindful of your different things in different areas. And definitely the movers, finding a mover that's actually approved through your county to move. Which that's depending on where you are, that's usually the first question they ask, who's your mover? Because they want to ensure that it's someone that is actually completed their training. I'm not sure how often they have to do their training, but I know they have to do certification as well.
Who's your mover?
Who?
Who's your mover?
It just depends on where it is, but I like to call Mr. Brown. He's in Sumter.
Mr. Brown.
Most of these movers, let me tell you, they in their 70s.
Oh, okay.
So it's a market for those who are looking to transition careers or have a truck and want to get another certification in something. Please go be a mobile home mover. Do that, because most mobile homes now, because the dealers they're dealing with dealers, they're dealing with investors, they're dealing with individuals. they have a lot on their plate. So some are like 4 or 6 weeks out. Some states, depending on where you are, they almost 6 months out. It is, so there's a very high demand for movers. I've actually had a cousin, I was trying to get him to have a trucking company. I was like, maybe you all should get certified in mobile homes.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely something that someone should get into if they're looking to transition, about moving and pulling and can handle that. I would definitely say make that way of doing so. And also a welder, because mobile homes have hitches, or they'll be called a tongue, is what you really actually pulling that mobile home down the highway on. Most average welders charge $500 to weld one tongue. Now, if you have a double wide, you need 2. So that's $1,000. So I don't know how long it takes, but I'm sure you probably can make over $500 an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I don't really know the time frame. So it's, again, that's another area that is in high demand, welders. You can do that out of high school. So so yeah, just some careers to think about.
Yeah.
Septic tanks.
Oh,
Land. Putting in a septic tank, learning how to do that. That is something.
She's killing it, man. Sis Shanika,
yes, she's the mover. She does that's what I'm thinking about. She does the septic tank. She's the mover. She has it all. She has it all. So yeah, definitely. If you want to know and want to get in, and that's another resource right there. About the Sis Shanika, North Carolina.
Yeah. Now, notice, y'all, in this video, we're naming people who are legit in the business. Yes. We're not gatekeeping. Nope. We're naming their names so that you can look them up. Maybe you want to follow them, and maybe you want to join their group, because they all have groups on Facebook, yes. You can follow them on Instagram. We're saying this for a reason, their names, so you guys can do your own due diligence and see which one you would like to learn from. I like to learn from all of them,
Right. So, all of them, because everybody does something a little different. Everyone's experience has been different. So it's always good to do so. And like she said, learn from all of them if you can.
Yep. And whatever you want, wherever you like the best, or whatever you're more interested in, then you can go from there, That's why I don't like to only just name one person. I like to name a group of people, so then people can figure out, and do their own due diligence, because one person may like how another person teaches, and one person may not like how another person teaches. So you got to give them some options, then they can figure out on their own who
exactly. Because everyone's have heard this before. Someone may not be someone else's cup of tea. So, and how you learn may be different. That person may not learn in the manner in which you learn. So it's definitely you kind of have to play it out and see who works and who fits for you. And again, many of them are given free
information.
Out here. So definitely you can do certain things from just even the free information, or just getting a ebook. You can get that information from them and actually launch something and make it happen. And then of course, if you want to learn and be more in depth and just actually have that, I can have this one-on-one with this person that is doing what I'm doing, then yes, you can go to the mentorship portion if that's what you like. But again, you can always just jump out there. You don't have to go to the path of that. Let me get a mentor. Let me pay for this and think I need thousands of dollars to do so. Nope, you don't. Most of them will tell you, I started with $200, a laptop, and drove for dollars and figured it, and my cell phone. So you just have to see what works best for you. But I do say, and we preach, at the end of the day, you still need a mentor. However long it takes you to get there, you still need a mentor.
You still need a mentor. Yeah, you need a mentor or a coach, or whatever you want to call them,
Yes.
But just know that, you're going to have to. Here's the thing. You're you can get all the free information that you want, but if you really want to get that one-on-one and you want to make sure that you're doing something right, you may have to pay. And there's nothing wrong with that. I invest in self-education almost every week on different things, but I'm learning because I know I'm going to get the money back eventually,
Mhm.
So I want people to stop, being scared to pay for something, because it's not really you paying, you're investing in your
Investing.
education, because
Mhm.
that's how you get the information. And I'm very cheap anyway. I'm only like charged $197 for the whole training, and then if you have questions after that, then you have a free 1 hour meeting with me if you want to. So it's like I'm trying to hold people's hand as much as I can, but I know I can't meet everybody, so I just try my best to try to help as much people I can.
Yeah.
And same thing for you. You do what you can do, but if you're not able to do it, then at least they have other options, other people that they can reach out to, you
Mhm.
know. But don't be
Definitely.
afraid to invest in yourself. There's nothing wrong with that.
Got to. Got
Mm-hmm.
to. Whatever that looks like for you. Like you said, whether it's binging YouTube University,
Mm-hmm.
watching these live videos, watching a video like this,
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is and whatever it takes to get you where you need to be, just do it again. And then again, once you get to that point, then you can say, all right, I've learned what I've learned. I need extra. I need more.
Yeah.
Okay, now I have to take this leap out of the pocket to do so.
Yeah.
And just again, it's not anything where you have to look at it like, oh my God, I just spent like $200.
Mm-hmm.
I invested $200.
Yeah. I told you in the group, I don't mind people staying in the group because that's fine. I appreciate the support and everything. But it's about 129 people in the group. But out of 129 people, I have a strong five. Like I call them the strong five. Because two of them brought the virtual training
Mhm.
presentation. The other three didn't, or they just utilized the free information that I already had in the group. And two of them was able to buy a property, and now they're renting it out. Other person is selling her property. Another person just did a bird dog or a deal finder, but she still made money, and the other person wholesale. So I'm like, okay,
Right.
so the information that I provide is enough for people to start, but I understand that it's the mindset. It's not everybody's going to be able to start when everybody else is starting. It's all about mindset. Like I said we need to unpack some stuff too in our
Right.
heads, y'all, because we be in our own way a lot of times too.
It is.
The
It is.
information will be there right in front of you, but people still want to hesitate. I'm like, if I tell you this is how you get the funding, this is where you get the property, this is the person you talk to about this is the attorney, this is like I'm literally giving you everything that you're supposed to get, and you still don't want to take action. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. So
Yeah. So even like the one, credit cards are bad. Credit cards are the worst. You get in credit cards can hurt you. Is how you use
man,
them. And I've been one. I know about it. I'm still in it, but I know how to utilize it now. You have to know, okay, I'm using this credit card to is technically your money, but it's other people's money. Using that as leverage. You can use credit cards to buy a mobile home. You can use
mm-hmm.
credit card to do a down payment on some property.
Yep.
So you can use that, but knowing your end game. Okay, how do I get that money back? That's your end game.
Yep.
Knowing how do I replace that money.
Mm-hmm.
And just rinse and repeat, doing it over and over again. All right, I got this home. I bought this home. I sold this home. All right, now I paid that off. Got my card back. All right, let me do it again.
Yep. I said, who helped you set up your business?
Me. But I'm going back to Letitia to make sure I got everything in line.
Yep.
So definitely gonna go back to her to make sure everything is squared away. And I can't remember. It's another lady posted in the group. I can't remember her name.
Nakisha.
Who is it?
Nakisha from SOMCZ.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's either one of them. So either way, if not both, I might have both of them. Just look at it. Who knows?
Yeah.
To make sure I'm in the right structure, make sure everything is in line. And that's another thing too. You can do it. You can do all this on your own. Start your LLC, do all this, get your bank account, get all that together. But you still want to make sure someone else cross checks and make sure you did it right, because you don't want to miss something and something later on comes out that just, you just wasn't aware of, because you got to utilize the experts who have done this and do it daily. And again, let me say this: you don't have to have the LLC to start.
You don't have to have it.
You don't have to have the credit to start.
Yeah. Hey, and let me say this too. I didn't have an LLC when I first started this. My LLC came later on. Matter of fact, when I bought right before I bought my property, maybe like 2-3 months before, I didn't have an LLC. I just started, you know what I'm saying? So, and I keep telling people, y'all, just start. And also, I also recommend this too. I tell you this: don't come to me and say you want help from me, but you have not joined your local RIA, which is a Real Estate Investor Association meeting, or something similar to like a real estate meeting that's local, that they meet every month, because you need to be able to expose yourself to like-minded people. You need to be around those people, that type of environment, because once you start being around those type of people, your mindset is going to change. When you're so in a box, in a bubble, you don't know what you can do. And I'm saying this from experience, especially people who look like us. So you got to just get out there.
Yeah, you definitely do. And that is one thing I'm working on too. Getting out there and getting that exposure and getting connected. So and again, shout out to Noah and Christy for having their REI retreat, but meetup. Yeah, I want to say retreat, because that's what it's going to feel like. It's definitely a retreat.
You coming next week? You coming next week to me?
Yes, I will definitely be there next week.
Hey.
Well, I mean, like I said, like always. Now with the new life we're in as of 2020, I always say my plan is to be there.
Oh yeah.
My goal is to be there, but again,
we love babies now. We love babies because they be having babies there too and everything.
Oh, I know, but not even that. I'm just saying one day we could be fine and next day we could not feel fine. So so I just always say, yes, my plan is to be there. But again, we you just never know. But again, I'm going forward with the mindset of the plan is to be there. Definitely the plan to be there. So yeah. Missed it last year, unfortunately, but I did get all the resources that I needed because of that. Lovely. I was sick, fine one day, sick the next. But they were very, very nice in getting me the information that I needed to get all the resources that were available from that conference. So excited. And those who have not, I don't even know if tickets are still available. That's a very good question in my head now that I think about it. Not sure. But if you follow Noah Harris or Christy Duckett Harris, you'll see the REI meetup. REI up, excuse me.
Re-up
in Columbia, the re-up, in Columbia, South Carolina.
In Columbia, South Carolina, re-up, REUP. So we have a 2-day conference. It will be next Saturday on March the 11th and March the 12th.
Yes.
So if you don't have your tickets, you may want to get your tickets very, very soon before it's sold out. Yes. Noah Harris and Christy Duckett Harris posted on their site on Facebook. So look it up, you guys. Like I said, and notice too, I post whenever I'm going to a conference or whenever I'm going to a meeting, I post it too. Because I want people to learn too. I ain't gatekeeping. Some people be gatekeeping. I be sharing everything. Even share how you get this information on my pinned posts on Facebook. So it ain't nothing. I mean, it's there. So I just gotta take the action and I'll start.
There you go.
Just saying. So you have any questions for Veronica, anybody? Or Veronica, you got any question for me?
No, I think I got answered all I have right now. You're just a phone call away.
Yeah.
So, but for the people, I don't have anything right now. So definitely, if you do have questions, don't inbox Kristen.
Don't inbox. Don't inbox me, but what you can do, you can follow me on Instagram. That is MIS_KJ. Follow me on Instagram and click the Linktree link that's in my IG bio. And then it'll show you ways to, reach out to me. I have a consultation tab. Click on the consultation tab and start from there.
There you go.
Read everything. Make sure you meet the prerequisite first. If you
It's a
do,
little lengthy, so just take your time to read
it's
it.
a lengthy, but hey, y'all, I had to do it. I had to do it this way because I love everybody, but I just had to come to the realization that not everybody my target audience. You know what I'm saying? So I had to do what I, was able
You
to do
can't
it.
work with everyone, and everyone is
Can't work
not
with
a
me.
student. Well, everyone is not your student. I wouldn't say not a student. Everyone is not your student. So
Everybody's not my student, and it's okay. You know what I'm saying? So, because you still have the mindset of you like being around dope dealers and you want to
well,
do sell drugs
they got the cash flow. Hey,
okay, but guess what? That's not my audience. Now I do know somebody who worked with people like that, and like I said before, there's someone out there for everybody, but I know who my audience are, and
it is.
those are not my audience because you have to have a certain mindset. You know what I'm saying? For me personally, versus there are people who can still work with people who have that mindset and probably can help them out because they've been in a similar situation. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather just tag them to the people who may be able to help them versus me because I know I wouldn't be able to help them unpack that, And a lot of times people, they listen to people that are more relatable.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So if there's anybody who is like that, let me know because I can tag you someone who actually has been in a similar situation as you that's killing it in real estate, So I'm just saying, but for me personally, I know who my target audience are, and you have to meet a prerequisite first in order to work with me. So
I don't have a link tree yet, so
you don't have a link tree, but you got a Facebook page, you got Instagram.
Yeah, I do have my Instagram. It's simply Vera Marie. So definitely direct message me there if needed. Personal page, it can Veronica Chestnut. That's just my name. I'm actually going to create my business page as well. That will be coming on the Marie Taylor Experience. So that will be coming soon.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm switching my IG. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see about that. We'll see what comes out of that. But I'll try to be a little bit more present in Kristen's group. So the REI Accountability Club.
Yes.
I will definitely be more
you.
present, and we would like to see others more present. So please, you all.
Yeah, I want you to talk more about mobile home and your experience too, and I would like for Artina to do the same in the group because you guys are killing it, And I don't want to just be the only one talking in the group. I just want everybody to participate, So,
Yeah.
and if y'all want to share stuff that y'all got going on, share it. Because I'd say anybody can do it. Let's share it so we can all learn together.
That's true.
So,
That's true. I got to work on that. I'm a behind the scenes now, so gotta work.
Oh, that's gonna change now.
Yeah, put me out there now.
Tell me, I gotta get out more. You gotta get out more too, ma'am.
I do. I do.
Exactly.
I do.
My homegirl Shanika, shout out to Shanika too. She's a realtor. We started like being accountability partners too, like trying to set up our YouTube channel and trying to just write down like content creating and being to put ourselves out there like that because we need to start doing that for our business, And not only that, just to develop a community of people, of like-minded people. So shout out to Shanika Griffin, Shanika G. She is a realtor. Y'all go check her out. She's on Instagram, Shanika G, which is she spelled it SENIQUA G, Shanika G. It looks like Siniqua, but it's actually Shaniqua. And you said yours is simply Vera, or simply Veronica?
Simply
Simply
Vera Marie. Mm-hmm.
Simply Vera Marie on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all.
Simply
I'm gonna actually,
VERAMARIE.
and I'm gonna upload this video once it saves. I'm gonna upload a video on my YouTube channel, so whoever is not able to see it live, they can see it on my YouTube channel anytime. And also, I'm asking you guys to please subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is MIS_KJ. It's Misunderstood KJ. It's on YouTube and I am on Instagram, same name, Misunderstood KJ. Subscribe to my channel. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start posting more videos coming, on a weekly basis,
Mm-hmm.
and try to access, answer as many interview in minutes. I'm sorry, I can't even talk. I gotta answer as many questions as possible when it comes to real estate, because I do have a lot of them on my DM. So once I get that together, me and my homegirl Bree, she's my sorority sister that does real estate too. We are gonna tag,
Bree. Yeah.
Bree the investor. What's up, Bree?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna put everything together, the questions together, and then we're gonna get back on live or get back on a video and answer all of them. So then we can post it back on a video on YouTube, and everybody can watch it and they can get the information that they need too. So like I said, trying to accommodate everybody, trying to get everybody. So
You got to.
yeah. But thank you, Vera, Veronica.
Yes, you're quite welcome for pulling me out my shell.
I know, right? All right. All right, girl.
Goodbye, everyone, and I hope to see you all soon. And
oh yeah, Veronica.
Yeah,
we gotta stay right quick because we gotta do a screenshot.
okay.
I got screenshots so I could put it on my page and everything. So stay put. Once I get out to record, then you stay on there right quick so we can do the screenshot and then we can go. Okay. But bye everybody. Let's see, recorded. Let's see, record. Stop.